Ladies and gentlemen, welcome back. Today, we're going to explore some of the most valuable and highly sought-after U.S. 1-cent wheat penny coins. Don't forget to like, subscribe, and share this video, because the pennies we're about to reveal could be worth thousands of dollars. In this video, we'll be looking at the top 4 wheat penny coins, focusing on their market value, rare air varieties, copper composition, dirty condition rarities, and even unique color shade differences that have become major highlights in the world of coin collecting and investing. These wheat pennies are not just small pieces of copper. They're pieces of American history, and some of the most valuable coins that collectors are hunting for today. So, if you're a coin enthusiast or someone who appreciates the beauty and significance of U.S. currency, then this video is made just for you. All right, let's get started. First up, the 1953D wheat penny is one of those coins that carries an aura of mystery and fortune, a coin so small in appearance yet so mighty in its potential to change lives. Struck in Denver during a time when the wheat reverse was still the backbone of America's 1-cent design, it belongs to a series beloved by collectors across the globe. To most people, the wheat penny is just a relic of mid-20th century America, but in its rarest forms, like the 1953D with unusual sticker-like finishes or experimental planchets, it has been whispered about in collector circles as a hidden treasure capable of commanding unimaginable sums in the modern coin market. This single cent, overlooked in pocket change for decades, could be the key to overnight fortune for anyone lucky enough to uncover it. The year 1953 was significant in American life, a time when the nation was recovering from war and entering a new age of growth and prosperity. The Lincoln wheat penny was already a familiar companion to millions, its design a constant presence in everyday transactions. Yet among the many ordinary copper cents that passed from hand to hand, a rare and unusual few emerged from the Denver Mint, carrying slight differences that would make them stand out to sharp-eyed collectors decades later. These rare survivors became legends in numismatics, symbols of how a common coin can rise to extraordinary heights of value. The Denver Mint, known for its mass production of coins, was under immense pressure to meet circulation demands in 1953. In the process, some coins were struck with variations in metal content or appearance, including pieces that carried strange silver-like sheens or were layered in unusual ways. Collectors often describe these as sticker-round coins, their surfaces bearing a quality unlike the ordinary copper pennies of the era, though at the time they were indistinguishable from their ordinary counterparts. Today, these anomalies are what set the stage for life-changing value in the marketplace. Part of the mystique of the wheat penny lies in its design itself. Victor D. Brenner's portrait of Abraham Lincoln on the obverse is one of the most iconic images in American numismatics. Strong, steady, and dignified, Lincoln's face symbolizes leadership and sacrifice. On the reverse, the twin wheat stalks frame the words 1 cent. A design that carries the weight of America's agricultural backbone and the nation's growth during the early 20th century. The 1953D wheat penny represents not just money, but heritage, a coin that ties together the legacy of Lincoln, the work of the Denver Mint, and the agricultural spirit of the country. Condition plays a critical role in determining the value of the 1953D wheat penny, and it is here that many fortunes are made or lost. While millions of these coins circulated heavily and show wear scratches and dirt, those few that remain in pristine condition or carry unusual metallic qualities are valued astronomically high. Even dirty or circulated examples with the right unique traits can command staggering amounts. It is precisely this paradox, that a coin tarnished by decades of use could secretly be worth millions, that keeps collectors on edge, always searching, always hoping. The story of the 1953D penny is not just about metal and mint marks. It is about chance, destiny, and discovery. Imagine finding one of these coins tucked away in an old jar, or hidden among change passed down through generations. At first glance, it looks no different from countless other pennies, but upon closer inspection, its secrets reveal themselves. An unusual shine, a unique strike, or an error that sets it apart. In that moment, the discovery is life-altering, turning an ordinary day into the beginning of unimaginable fortune. Collectors and auction houses have long recognized the magic of wheat pennies, and when rare varieties like the 1953D anomaly surface, bidding wars erupt. What began as a single cent suddenly becomes the centerpiece of a room filled with energy, excitement, and unrelenting competition. Prices soar as determined collectors refuse to let go of such a piece of history, knowing that they are not only purchasing a coin, but also securing a legacy of rarity and wealth. These sales only add to the legend, fueling the dream that more such treasures might still lie hidden in plain sight. For the Denver Mint, coins like the 1953D anomaly are reminders of the imperfections and mysteries that lie within mass production. Each coin tells a story of how human error, mechanical variance, or intentional experiment can give birth to something extraordinary. Far from being a flaw, these unusual strikes are celebrated as miracles, and they elevate the mint's history into something far grander than routine coinage. The value of such a coin cannot be measured solely in financial terms. Yes, the market may place its worth in the millions, but its true value lies in the symbolism it carries. It embodies the idea that greatness can emerge from the smallest of places, that even a single cent can carry within it the power to change fortunes. It reminds us that history, heritage, and wealth can all be contained within the palm of our hand, waiting to be discovered. For the individual who discovers such a coin, the choice becomes monumental. To sell it cheaply would be to let destiny slip away, to trade fortune for pennies on a dollar. That is why collectors and experts insist on patience, research, and recognition of value before parting with treasures like the 1953D wheat penny. The coin demands respect, for it has the power to rewrite the story of anyone who holds it. The 1953D wheat penny is also a reminder of the enduring passion that fuels the world of numismatics. Generations of collectors have scoured change, coin rolls, and estate sales in search of these hidden gems. The hunt is not just for profit, but for the thrill of discovery, the possibility of finding the extraordinary within the ordinary. This pursuit keeps the legacy of coins alive, bridging the past with the present, and giving every coin a chance to tell its story. In the end, the 1953D wheat penny stands as proof that treasures still exist in the most unassuming of forms. It is more than copper. It is a piece of America's story, a symbol of resilience, and a promise of fortune for the lucky few who discover its secrets. Dirty or clean, worn or shining, its worth lies not just in metal but in magic, and it continues to inspire collectors to dream of the day they, too, might hold in their hands a coin with the power to change everything overnight. Next up, the 1942 no-mint mark wheat penny is one of the most fascinating coins in the long and storied history of American coinage. A small piece of copper that has the power to astonish both historians and collectors alike. At first glance, it appears to be nothing more than an ordinary 1-cent coin, struck in Philadelphia without the presence of a mint mark. Yet within the shadows of this unassuming design lies stories of experimentation, wartime necessity, and rare variations that today can propel its value to unimaginable heights. For those fortunate enough to stumble across the right example, especially unusual sticker-round coins or experimental strikes, this humble cent could unlock the door to overnight fortune, the kind of discovery that transforms ordinary lives into tales of sudden wealth. The year 1942 was a pivotal one for the United States and the world. America had entered World War II following the attack on Pearl Harbor, and every industry, including the U.S. Mint, was forced to adapt to the demands of the war effort. Copper, tin, and other metals were redirected toward weapons, ammunition, and machinery. In the midst of this pressure, the mint struck its wheat pennies using primarily copper and zinc, but errors, odd planchets, and rare experimental pieces began to emerge. Among them were pennies that carried unusual tones, silver-like sticker finishes, or other anomalies that were overlooked at the time but today are recognized as priceless treasures. The Philadelphia Mint, which issued coins without any mint mark, became the birthplace of millions of these 1942 wheat pennies. Most were ordinary and worn down through decades of circulation, yet the rarest survivors carry hidden characteristics that make them extraordinary. Collectors often speak of coins with sticker-like surfaces, unusual luster, or off-metal strikes. Coins that break away from the ordinary and climb into the realm of legend because they were struck in Philadelphia, with no identifying mark. Such rarities could appear anywhere, hiding in plain sight among everyday coins, waiting for a sharp-eyed collector to recognize their brilliance. The design of the wheat penny itself adds to the magic of this coin. On the obverse is the enduring portrait of Abraham Lincoln, sculpted by Victor D. Brenner, a design that had been in use since 1909. Lincoln's face, steady and resolute, carried special meaning in 1942 as the country once again found itself in a fight for freedom and survival. On the reverse, the iconic wheat stalks represented strength, prosperity, and the agricultural roots of America. This simple design gave dignity to the smallest denomination and made the coin instantly recognizable, a reminder of unity in a time of global division. What makes the 1942 penny so alluring is not just its symbolism, but the possibility of rare errors. Some were struck on planchets intended for foreign coins. Others show unusual layering that gave them a silvery appearance. And still others were minted with striking anomalies that set them apart from the mass mintage. These are the coins that fuel dreams of fortune, the pieces that surface decades later at auctions and send collectors into frenzies. It is these anomalies that have turned the ordinary 1942 wheat penny into a potential millionaire maker, the kind of find that could be sitting quietly in an old coin jar, overlooked for generations. Condition plays a critical role in value, but the 1942 penny is unique because even worn and dirty examples with rare traits can be worth staggering sums. Imagine a coin covered in decades of grime, dismissed as worthless, only to be revealed as an experimental strike or an off-metal rarity worth millions. This is a dream of collectors and the reality of a few fortunate individuals who have uncovered treasures hiding in plain sight. It is a paradox of the 1942 wheat penny that a coin worth 1 cent on its face could secretly be worth more than gold. The thrill of discovery has only fueled the legend of this coin. Picture someone cleaning out an attic, sorting through a box of old coins left behind by a grandparent, only to find a 1942 penny with an unusual finish or weight. At first, it looks like any other cent, but upon closer inspection, its mysteries unfold, a strange sheen, an off-metal strike, or a telltale anomaly that transforms it from a penny into a treasure. In that instant, the ordinary becomes extraordinary and life changes forever. Auction houses have seen the power of the 1942 penny firsthand. When rare varieties surface, they attract global attention. Collector, investors, and historians all compete for ownership, driving prices to incredible levels. The energy in the room is electric as a humble penny becomes the centerpiece of a high-stakes battle, the final hammer falling at figures that leave jaws on the floor. Every such sale adds a mystique, proving that this coin is more than money. It is legend incarnate. The Philadelphia Mint may never have intended to create a miracle coin in 1942, yet through error, experimentation, and circumstance, it gave birth to some of the most valuable wheat pennies ever known. Their lack of mint mark makes them harder to trace, but this only deepens the allure. Somewhere in a mass of 1942 cents, these rarities still hide, undiscovered, waiting for their stories to be told. For collectors, this is the ultimate chase, the hope that lightning might strike in the form of a 1-cent coin. The 1942 penny also represents a broader truth about coins, that they are not just metal, but history in the palm of your hand. Each carries the marks of its time, and in the case of this wheat penny, the echoes of a world at war. Its value extends beyond money into the realms of heritage and meaning, linking us to a past that shaped our present. To hold one is to hold a piece of America's wartime spirit, preserved in copper and mystery. For anyone who discovers such a coin, the lesson is clear. Never let it go cheaply. Too often treasures have slipped through hands because their worth was not recognized. The 1942 no-mint mark wheat penny has the power to transform fortune overnight, but only for those who understand what they hold. Patience, research, and care are essential, for this is not just a penny. It is a miracle that carries with it destiny and opportunity. In the end, the 1942 wheat penny without a mint mark is more than just one of America's most valuable coins. It is a symbol of possibility. It reminds us that greatness often hides in the smallest of places, that wealth can come from the most unlikely of sources. Its story is one of resilience, history, and luck, a coin that bridges the past with the present and offers a chance of fortune for the future. For the lucky few who recognize its worth, this coin is nothing less than a ticket to overnight transformation, proof that even the smallest cent can hold unimaginable power. Next up, the 1956 D wheat penny, struck in Denver with its distinctive D mint mark, holds a place in American coin history as one of the most intriguing and collectible Lincoln cents ever produced. At first glance, this coin seems ordinary, just another copper cent from the mid-1950s. Yet for those who look deeper, for those who understand the mysteries hidden within its copper surface, the 1956 D-Wheat penny can reveal itself as a life-changing treasure. Among the millions that were minted, a few unique specimens stand apart. Coins that possess anomalies, experimental finishes, or extraordinary copper sticker round qualities that collectors whisper about in hushed tones. These are the pennies that can command unimaginable sums, the very ones that, in the right condition, could make their finder a millionaire overnight. The year 1956 was a time of change and optimism in the United States. The war years were behind, the economy was booming, and American families were beginning to embrace a new era of prosperity. Yet in the quiet corners of the Denver Mint, as presses struck millions of Lincoln wheat pennies, history was being written in metal. Most coins were ordinary copper alloy cents meant for daily use, but as is often the case with the Mint's massive production, errors crept into the process. Wrong planchets, misstrikes, and unusual die varieties were born, blending in with the ordinary circulation coins. These errors, undetected at the time, would later emerge as extraordinary rarities, each carrying a story of chance and survival. The 1956 D penny carries a beloved wheat reverse design, which had been in use since 1909. The two stalks of wheat curving around the words 1 cent give the coin its iconic nickname, a design that symbolizes growth, harvest, and prosperity. By 1956, Americans had carried wheat pennies in their pockets for nearly 5 decades, and this familiar imagery connected generations. On the obverse, Abraham Lincoln's dignified portrait reflects resilience and honor, traits the nation admired deeply. This combination of art and history ensured that every wheat penny, no matter how common, had a touch of dignity. But in rare instances, when the coin bore special qualities or mysterious sticker-like surfaces, its dignity transformed into destiny. Collectors often speak of unusual copper sticker variations, coins that appear to possess a distinct sheen or layered surface, unlike the duller copper tones of their peers. Whether the result of planchet anomalies, minting experiments, or environmental factors, these coins stand apart visually and capture attention instantly. When authenticated, such oddities elevate the coin far beyond ordinary value. Imagine a penny that at first looks slightly brighter, shinier, or different, and upon examination, turns out to be one of the most valuable copper cents in existence. That is the magic of the 1956 D in its rarest forms. Condition, of course, plays a vital role. Most 1956 D pennies were heavily circulated, their details worn down through decades of everyday use. Yet what makes this coin extraordinary is that even dirty, tarnished, or well-worn specimens can hold life-changing value if they carry unique qualities. A coin that appears dull and insignificant to the untrained could secretly be $1 million rarity. It is a hidden potential within the ordinary that makes the 1956 D wheat penny so captivating to collectors, historians, and treasure hunters alike. The story of discovery only adds to its legend. Picture a family sorting through a jar of old pennies passed down through generations. At the bottom lies a 1956 D cent, its surface aged and darkened. No one gives a second glance, until someone notices the strange luster, the unusual tone, the way it differs slightly from the rest. Upon closer inspection, it proves to be a rare variant, a coin worth millions. In that moment, fortune transforms their lives, all from a single cent that had been hiding in plain sight for decades. Auction houses have repeatedly demonstrated the staggering demand for these rare 1956 D pennies. When such coins appear, collectors bid furiously, driving prices into breathtaking territory. The drama of the auction room becomes electric, with each new bid a step closer to rewriting someone's fortune. To see a single penny, a coin once dismissed as the most ordinary form of money, climb into the realm of luxury estates and fine art is nothing short of astonishing. It is proof that the smallest coin can hold the greatest surprises. The Denver Mint's involvement adds another layer of intrigue. Known for producing large mintages, Denver was a workhorse for American coinage in the 1950s. Yet this very scale of production created conditions where errors and anomalies could slip through unnoticed. Among the sea of ordinary coins, these rare treasures survived, undisturbed, waiting for discovery. Their existence reminds us that even the most common minting facility can produce miracles when fate intervenes. The symbolism of the 1956 D wheat penny is undeniable. It represents how fortune can emerge from the humblest of places, how value often hides where we least expect it. During its circulation years, it was nothing more than a tool of commerce, a means of buying bread or newspapers. Today, in its rarest forms, it is a vehicle of transformation, capable of turning an ordinary person into a millionaire overnight. That duality, ordinary in appearance, extraordinary in reality, is what makes it legendary. For anyone lucky enough to hold such a coin, the decision is monumental. To treat it as an ordinary penny and spend it would be to throw away destiny. To sell it too quickly, without understanding its worth, would be to squander a fortune. Experts always caution that such coins must never be parted with lightly, for they are not mere cents but miracles in copper. Recognizing their value is the first step to unlocking their true potential. Ultimately, the 1956 D wheat penny stands as one of the most valuable and inspiring stories in American numismatics. It combines history, artistry, rarity, and luck into a single small object that has the power to change lives. It is more than a coin. It is a legend, a symbol of hidden greatness, and a reminder that sometimes the most valuable treasures lie right in front of us. For those who stumble across one, the 1956 D penny is nothing less than a ticket to overnight fortune, proof that even the smallest piece of copper can hold unimaginable power. Next up, the 1952 wheat penny without a mint mark is one of those coins that at first glance seems ordinary, just another copper cent from the mid-20th century. Yet hidden within its history, design, and production are elements that elevate it into the realm of numismatic legend. Struck in Philadelphia, where coins traditionally bore no mint mark, the 1952 wheat penny became part of the everyday fabric of American life. Millions were produced, carried in pockets, spent at candy shops, and stored away in jars. But among these millions, a select few contain traits so rare, so extraordinary, that they stand as treasures capable of commanding staggering prices today. In certain unique forms, those with copper sticker-like surfaces or experimental finishes, this coin has become the stuff of dreams, the kind of penny that could transform an ordinary person into a millionaire overnight. The early 1950s were years of change and progress for America. The nation was recovering from World War II and had entered the era of post-war growth, where prosperity was spreading, suburbs were expanding, and industry was booming. Even so, the Philadelphia Mint remained a workhorse, producing endless streams of coins to meet the needs of a growing economy. The wheat penny was still the backbone of small change, its design unaltered since 1909. But the minting process, with its massive volumes, sometimes allowed unusual planchets or striking errors to slip through unnoticed. It is these rare variations from 1952, coins with unusual copper appearances or striking anomalies, that today elevate this penny into the category of life-changing finds. The design of the coin itself is iconic. On the obverse, Abraham Lincoln's image gazes steadily into the future, a portrait of resilience and honor, sculpted by Victor D. Brenner decades earlier. By 1952, Lincoln had appeared on the cent for more than 40 years, making him the longest-running figure on American coinage. On the reverse, two wheat stalks flanked the words 1 cent, a simple yet powerful image symbolizing abundance and strength. This familiar design, carried in millions of hands, gave the wheat penny its nickname. Yet while the design remained the same, the variations in metal and strike gave certain 1952 pennies qualities that collectors today consider priceless. Among the most intriguing stories are those of pennies with unusual copper surfaces, sometimes referred to as having sticker qualities. These coins exhibit a different luster, a shine or layering that sets them apart from standard issues. Whether caused by experimental alloys, striking quirks, or unusual planchets, these pennies stand as mysteries of the mint. To the untrained eye, they may look like ordinary cents. But to a collector, the difference is clear. These are coins with destiny written into their surfaces, coins that have the power to change lives. Condition plays a crucial role in determining value. Yet the allure of the 1952 penny is that even coins in dirty or circulated states can command unimaginable sums if they possess rare qualities. A penny that appears dull or worn to most people could, in truth, be $1 million rarity. It is the possibility of hidden value in the most common object that makes this coin so fascinating. Imagine sorting through an old jar change, only to discover that one 1952 penny, overlooked for decades, is actually a treasure worth more than gold. That possibility is what fuels the obsession of collectors. The journey of discovery adds drama to this coin's reputation. Stories circulate of individuals finding unusual 1952 wheat pennies tucked away in inherited collections at flea markets or in bankrolls. The thrill of realizing that a simple cent could be a life-altering find is unlike anything else. A coin once used to buy a stick of gum could suddenly pay for a house, a college education, or an entire lifetime of dreams. It is this blend of chance and fortune that makes the 1952 wheat penny legendary. Auction houses provide further proof of its power. When rare varieties of the 1952 penny appear, bidding wars erupt with collectors and investors battling for ownership. Prices soar, sometimes beyond imagination, as each new bid pushes a coin into the realm of fine art and rare jewels. The excitement of these auctions demonstrates that the coin is not just money. It is history, heritage, and opportunity all bound into one small piece of copper. The Philadelphia Mint's role in this story cannot be overstated. Without a mint mark, the 1952 penny represents the heart of American coinage, the standard against which all other wheat cents are measured. And yet, the absence of a mint mark does not strip away its value. Instead, it enhances its mystery. Every no-mint mark 1952 penny carries with it the possibility of being something extraordinary. Among the ordinary lie the extraordinary, waiting for sharp eyes and patient hands to uncover them. Symbolically, the 1952 penny reflects the power of the small and overlooked. It is proof that greatness often hides where least expected. A coin minted to be spent and forgotten instead becomes a ticket to fortune, a bridge between the ordinary and the miraculous. It shows us that history, luck, and chance can converge in something as simple as a cent, and that treasures are often hiding in plain sight. For those who hold such a coin, the responsibility is immense. To sell it cheaply, to dismiss it as a common penny, would be to lose a fortune. To treat it with care, to seek out experts and understand its worth, is to unlock its true power. The 1952 wheat penny teaches us the importance of knowledge and patience, for it is not just a coin, it is an opportunity. In the end, the 1952 no-mint mark wheat penny is more than just copper. It is a symbol of resilience, luck, and hidden wealth. It carries the spirit of its time, the artistry of its design, and the possibility of life-changing value. Whether discovered in pristine brilliance or found in dirty, aged condition, its rare forms can elevate it from pocket change to priceless treasure. For those fortunate enough to possess one, it is not merely a cent but a miracle, a small round piece of history with the power to change destiny overnight.